Hi, I'm in a hotel preparing for an event tomorrow, but something happened today that really struck me. We were working as a team on some last minute changes and incorporating other changes that we had received from colleagues. And one of our team members said something like, boy, I really wish we had made these changes weeks ago when we were working on this. And this is something I've heard before. When there's last minute changes, it's common for people to feel frustrated with themselves or their colleagues. I've observed a similar pattern with grant submissions, and nearly everyone I've been involved with has come down to the final hours. And I've sometimes wondered, we've been working on this for 6 months. Why are we only now realizing the way this section ought to be written? And typically we vow to, do it differently next time or sort of feel bad about ourselves for it going this way. But I'd like to propose a different perspective. Instead of feeling discouraged about last minute changes, I think we can embrace them. And let me tell you why. I think there's three reasons. So the first is when you've been deeply working on something, deeply engaged in a project, you're continuously learning and developing new insights. So it's natural to perceive things differently as you approach the deadline compared to like a month ago. And I see this as actually a positive sign. If you think about it in the reverse, if you weren't having new realizations, new insights, what would that mean? It would mean you're stuck. You've got a lack of growth going on, which isn't doing our best work. The second is if you're making changes at the last minute, it means that you and your team are committed to excellence, to delivering the best possible value you can to your reader or your audience. If somebody on our team discovers a more effective way of saying something for an event scheduled tomorrow, should we withhold that improvement because it emerged at the last minute? I would say no. I don't want to discriminate against ideas based on their timing. The last minute refinements often reflect our best thinking. And if you're making those changes, it means you're dedicated to delivering the best possible work. Finally, there's a distinct mindset that develops as we approach a deadline or event. We begin to empathize more deeply with our audience. How are they going to hear what we say and interpret it? Now, there might be people who can access this mindset well in advance. And if you're one of those people, I'd love to hear from you about how you do it. I'd really like to learn that. But until I figure that out, I think we should leverage that last minute focus, the insights that come, rather than feeling bad about ourselves or saying that we shouldn't make the change. Of course, you can go too far with this, like with everything. And I probably do go too far with it. Keep changing things to the point where it stresses everybody out, and maybe it can even degrade the quality of your work. So there is some point where you say, okay, enough is enough. This could be better, but it has to be done, so let's ship it. But I will say that the next time you find yourself making last minute adjustments or a colleague is proposing late changes, I'd say to the extent possible, embrace it. View it as positive. Consider it a sign of growth, a sign of commitment to quality, that you care, and of sharpened focus. And integrate those changes as much as you can, even up into the last minutes. And embrace the improvements. Be glad, celebrate them, no matter when they come, because this is how we deliver the greatest possible value to the people that we're working for and the mission that we're pursuing. Thanks for listening. I hope some of this is useful. Please let me know in the comments or contact me with your perspective.